When I was little, we would go on camping trips to the Cascade Mountains out in Washington. I loved it. A chance to get away from everyone back home, to muck around in the woods. It was every prepubescent kid's dream. In 1996, we went on one of our usual camping trips. My dad's always been into documenting our trips. "Have to track these memories," he would say. There were pictures and videos of every place that we went and of everything we did. At the time, I thought it was kind of lame. All the video equipment that he'd lug around with him, all the times he'd pull me out of the tent or whatever hotel we were staying in to get a group picture or a video of all of us heading out somewhere together. Now, I'm glad I've got that to look back on. Taking a deep breath, I set the cardboard box down on the coffee table. It's been years since I pulled this recording out. Honestly, I feel silly making this into such a big deal. I know that I loved watching it when I was younger. So much that I went through hell in a month of saving up all my change to try and get it fixed up and switched over to a DVD. My own camera is sitting on the couch next to me. It's new. I have to fumble with the buttons and switches to get it turned on and recording. It takes a few moments longer until I've got it pointed at the television, recording the DVD access screen. Okay, I clear my throat, jiggling the camera a bit more. So, this is my first attempt at something like this. I haven't watched the video in 10, 15 years. It's been a while. The video we're about to watch used to be my dad's. I've always wanted to show it off to people, but he was never really interested in that. He wanted it just kept with the rest of our videos. Recently, though, I've decided that something needs to be done with this recording. I don't want to let this footage go to waste. I turn the video on, only to pause it again. On some level, I almost feel silly doing this. Not showing off the film, but talking to the camera. Still, I want this to be perfect. I take another deep breath. So this video was filmed in 1996 when we went out to the mountains for a trip. It's a short thing, maybe 50 seconds long, I explain, finally turning on the video. The first portion shows off our campsite, the place where we were staying that weekend. I can't give out his name or anything, my dad's name I mean, because he wants his life to stay on the down low. But I also have to share this with someone. On the video it shows my father going up to try and get a nice landscape shot. He settles on a ledge panning over the area. There's something dark about 100 yards away from him. The camera zooms in, showing what is undeniably a Bigfoot in frame. Mostly, it looks like he's just walking around, pausing to investigate this tree and that one. There it is, I say, pausing the video on a particularly clear shot of the creature. My mother, she never wanted anything to do with it, and I know you don't know my dad, but he's a real quiet guy. Didn't want this getting out because he didn't want the attention. It got put into a mountain of old tapes in the basement, staying there about 5 years before I went through a bunch of old family movies. I forget why I was looking through them. A school project, maybe? Anyways, I fished it out, watched it once, and the whole tape got jammed in the VCR. I hit the play button, letting the rest of the video roll. The creature vanishes into the trees. My dad goes back to his scenery shot like nothing happened. I continued talking while the footage played. I convinced my parents to let me destroy the VCR to get the tape out, but when I did, the film was all jacked up, torn, and pulled out of the deck. It took me 3 months to get enough money saved up to get our local guy to salvage it into a readable DVD format. And, well, I'm in college now. I had honestly forgotten about this for a little bit, but now that I've found it again, I'm determined not to let it go to waste. I stand up, turning the camera around to capture my face. I'm not very good at this yet. The whole camera bit. That's something I'm new at. I hope this film turns out halfway decent. So I'm going to find it, I say firmly. I'm going out into those mountains later this week, and I'm not coming back until I've caught it on film for myself. Let's get this story started. Am I right? Let's get the whole story out there for the world to see. Thank you for listening to the Squatch Zone. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a story.